This is the SAP GUI, so you go in here. There's several transactions. I like to use the transaction SE37, that's how you get to programs. There's an RFC program I like to use, is this RFC, which gives us basically the workflow items of a user in the SAP system to approve timesheets or leave requests. So the RFC has input parameters like user and some other parameters for more details. If you execute this one, you basically get the results and the different types of workflows. So what you have to do is you have to basically find the RFC in an SAP system. You have to install the ABAP Json connector. Once you have done that, the URL which is described in the system, and the URL basically contains this RFC we just executed in SAP GUI with these parameters. So when I execute this one here, I will get this JSON string, basically the information I'm looking for. So instead of like having this like ugly response, you can use a called a REST client. You can plug the URL in here, and it's gives you more. It makes it a bit more easier to fiddle with the URL parameters, and especially when you do posts, when you want to actually shoot information back to an RFC. So once we have the JSON result, now what we can do is, what I like to do is use HTML and jQuery. Here I basically use the same URL and an AJAX request, and below I just pass the AJAX request and display the information here. So this is pretty much live. If I change this here, input, then you see here are the input parameters, and here's really the table I'm after. Okay, so now we have the RFC which spits out JSON. We have the possibility of using jQuery and render and pass the information. So what I like to do then is make it a bit nicer. I like to use Chrome Canary, so I can use different devices here. I can use like an iPhone 5 or 6 or 4, whatever. And so here's basically the same request. So this page calls the same request and shows these different workflow informations. You can take the same URL and obviously plug it into a different simulator if you like to. It should work the same way. So it's just a different way of displaying. So this makes it, once we have JSON out of SAP, makes it very simple for us to build mobile web application or integrate them into native applications.